Start over there. Oh, wait.
You click stop recording, you know that, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
No, over here.
We're still going live over here, and that's starting.
The video's
I don't know, we got a black screen. That's
What
not a
did
good
you do?
sign. I don't know what I did.
I know what the problem is. We're trying to start on time.
Right, that's the problem. We have a viewer. Hi,
Sorry.
viewer. Sorry it's dark. Oh, no, they're gone.
They said bye.
Can we? Yeah, we're gonna end it. I'm gonna delete.
Best video ever. Nothing.
No,
It was
wasn't-
black screen.
It was just black
That's what
screen.
happens when we have IT helping. No, that's what happens when we try and start the 3 o'clock video at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. I had everything set up to go. And it's just like, oh, you're trying to start on time? Nah. Okay, so what's the marker again? It's a planet eclipse something or other.
EMEK. EMEK.
Ask Tech. Alright, let's hope it actually works this time, so give it a thumb up and we'll go. Go on ahead and start talking.
I'm waiting for you to click go live.
The video's going, it's just we got our
There's
our
a thumbs
long...
up. That is a long delay.
Yeah, it's a longer than normal
Oh,
delay.
yeah, we got video this time. I think, right? Yeah.
Yeah, there's video. We've actually got it. It's not black. We're good to go.
Alright, welcome again to another Mad Cow Ask a Tech. Today we are going to look over the new Planet Eclipse EMEK. We got one in, I shot a little bit, posted a video earlier in the week, but my video skills are more than lacking, so it's not the greatest, so we'll give you a better look now. We're going to look at the EMEK, and then I have another gun under my table that I worked on earlier this week that we'll pull out and let you guys see, and a bit more uncommon gun that you guys probably aren't used to. So Chad's not here today, so we have our IT guy helping me out.
Hi.
I fix paintball guns, not computers.
I don't really fix computers. I just act like I know what I'm doing.
That's all it takes. Alright, we're going to go ahead and switch over and show you the EMEK. That's great. There we go. So this is the new gun from Planet Eclipse. It is a entry-level mechanical marker. Big idea for it is for rentals for fields to replace aging rental fleets, and there aren't really a whole lot of other options. You've got the Enemy from GOG, which I really like. You have the Tipman guns, which are pretty decent. Some of those are getting pretty old though, and now Planet Eclipse has their offering. So these retail $229.95 if I remember correctly. It's going to be right around there. But comes with the gun, a 10-inch barrel, a barrel bag, Allen keys, and a little spares part kit that pretty much every Eclipse gun comes with. This is the first Eclipse gun that I can remember seeing that doesn't come with a case. The box is pretty nice. It has all the foam cutouts and stuff, but they don't actually have a case. They did that to help keep the price down on them. So this is based off the ETHA 2 platform. As you can tell, it looks very similar. It's just a mechanical version of the gun. So you have a little rod here that's actuating a valve in here telling the gun when to shoot. The trigger hits the little rod. You want to flip the cameras again? We're going to flip the cameras again real quick and we'll show you what the box looks like. Oh, it's pretty. It's got stuff. You open the end of it. And that is what it looks like. Take this top layer off that has your manual, and then it's got cutouts with all your other fun little goodies. Go ahead and switch all of them.
Oh no, you hit the camera.
No, I didn't. Looks fine to me. IT is trying to break things.
Well, I'm not succeeding.
Oh, here we go. We're gonna go over cleaning and lubing the bolt real quick, and then I will show you complete breakdown, well, basic breakdown, and then how to clean your inline regulator. On the ETHA 2, this is a POPS ASA, which means it has a little, like a slide here that you push to turn the air on and off. Again, to keep price down, they didn't do that on these, but you can use the POPs from an ETHA 2 on these. I'm not sure when they're going to be available, but Eclipse did mention that they might sell on-offs with these, or possibly offer a version later with it. So we're going to unscrew our bolt. This is a Gamma core. In my opinion, this is probably the most robust operating system out there right now. This thing just seems to work and work and work, and you can abuse it and treat it like garbage, and it still works great. This is the same engine used in the ETHA 2, the G-Tech, and the G-Tech 160R. Basic maintenance for this, we're going to take our can off. Can like that, push the bolt. Bolt pops out, you wipe grease on it, stick it back in. This gun's only had about 40 or 50 shots through it, so it doesn't need lubed. That's why I'm not doing it. A couple times a year, maybe once a year, depending on how much you play this part. The rest of this can come apart. It doesn't want to right now, and my hands are all greasy. If you want to see that, you can go back to our ETHA 2 video, and I took it all apart and showed how to do it in that. So there is the Gamma core from the EMEK. We're going to put that back in our gun. I'll show you how to take apart the inline reg and service it. So on the bottom, this screw here is where we adjust the velocity at. Small turns while shooting over a chronograph to check it. And then these two screws are what hold it to the frame. So we're going to go ahead and break these loose and take them off. And we're just going to pull this out. This is our regulator system. I'll set those screws aside. We're going to unscrew it. So there's the system outside of the ASA. We'll see if my hands are...
Need a rag?
Yeah, could you give me a rag? Yeah. We're going to get a rag real quick. My hands are pretty slippery right now, so I'm having problems getting this apart. But we're going to separate these two pieces. Now we'll see if I can do it. We're going to separate these two pieces. There we go. Inside of here is going to be your piston and your spring. So, yeah. There we go. There's our reg piston. You're going to want to lube that O-ring. There is another O-ring down inside of here. So to lube that, what I normally do is I just put a little bit of lube on the bottom side of the stem. And you push everything back together. Screw the two pieces back together. There's a regulator. Here's our ASA. Put that back. So there is your rig. Set it in your gun like that. Air gets regulated in here. Goes up straight into your solenoid and to the drivetrain. We're going to go ahead and put that in. Again, those same two screws that we took out, we're going to put in. When you are tightening them, just tighten them to snug. There's no reason to really crank down on them because it doesn't help. I call that gorilla torque. Gorilla torque causes problems. That makes stuck screws, and then we get to try and drill them out and stuff like that. It's not a lot of fun. So just
Or you strip out the
snug it down and just slightly past snug. That will get it on there and you're good to go. Now I am going to take the body off of the frame and show you parts in there. So we've got 2 screws, one back here, one up here. Take those out, and then the top half is just going to lift off from the frame. This part is not something you should have to do often. If you get shot in the gun a lot and there's paint all over the place, maybe. But really, this isn't something that has to be done very often.
They're just people joining in. Nobody's saying anything.
If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Right now, this little screw's fighting with me.
Nope, Dean's sending you the
There
love,
we
though.
go. 2 screws are out, and then we're going to take at the back half of the body, lift it up, and then pull the pieces apart. You can see on here, there's a little lip right here, and then in the front of the body right here, a little hole that lines it up, and that keeps a really solid connection between the body and the frame, so you don't have to worry about breaking things. Inside here, this is inside your frame. So in here for your trigger carrier assembly, you've got 4 screws. You can take those out and lift that out. Not really much of a reason to do it. Here is your solenoid, or what's actually making the gun fire. You can kind of see down in here the brass piece. That is part of the piston assembly that is right behind the trigger. And then, I don't know how well you can see it in the video, but when you turn the safety to fire, you can see in here there's a little cylinder that rotates that has a notch cut out, allows you to pull the trigger farther. From the factory, these triggers are non-adjustable, so out of the box it is what you get. If you want to mess with it, you can. Just be aware that that can void your warranty, so be careful what you're doing. Put the gun back together, get the 2 front pieces together, and just push it down. Easy peasy. We're going to put our screws back in. And then the next gun I'm going to show you is a customer's gun that I was rebuilding for him. Thank you, Chris Richter, for the eye candy in the video. We're going to pull out a gun from him in just a minute.
Man, this thing's pretty hefty.
It is. Very unique gun too in the way it operates.
Actually, I can't say I've ever seen one of these.
So there you go. Planet Eclipse EMEK. Say bye to the EMEK. It's going to leave the video now. If you want to shoot one, hold it, have any questions, come on out and visit us. We are open Saturdays from 10 until 7.
Dean has a question
And
here.
Sunday from 10 to 5. Yes.
He says, will you do a comparison between the G-Tech and the G-MEK? Pros and cons, which one is the best for your money as a new player or a returning player?
Do you mean the G-MEK and the EMEK?
The response will be very delayed. So
I'm assuming that's what you're talking about. And between the two, the EMEK has a hinged trigger. The GMEK has a slide trigger that it's a bit smoother, a little bit longer pull, but it's a bit smoother, and it has a lot of adjustability into it. So between the two guns, performance-wise, they're going to be identical. The big thing between the two is going to be the feel in your hands. Between the two, I like the way the GMEK feels a little bit better because the front grip here is just a little bit thinner, and I have little girl-size hands. So this is just a little bit bigger, so to me it's not as comfortable. But this also has the no macro design, where the GMEK still has macro. So between the two, the biggest thing is going to be your budget, and then just personal opinion on the marker as far as what feels more comfortable to you. And then this gun here is an Evil Omen. It's an interesting gun made by an old company called Evil, and has a few unique things to it that you don't see on other markers. One of them being the feed system, which you can see down the feed neck. We'll see if I can get the bolt to come back slow enough. There's a, let's see, we'll get it.
Yeah, I'll bring the light to you.
I can't get the camera to focus on it. There's a little paddle in here. When the bolt comes back, that paddle pushes in to push the next ball into the gun. And when the bolt goes forward, the paddle comes back. There we go. You can kind of see it. It moves a little fast. There we go. That paddle forces the next ball in. The bolt goes forward. The paddle opens. The bolt comes back. It feeds the ball. And that was Evil's design at the time, to not have to incorporate eyes, just to keep the cost of the gun down a little bit more. So this is an electronic gun. Your on-off switch is over here. But the way that it works, when you shoot, your hammer in here hits the valve, air goes up and out, and your hammer gets blown back, just like on a spider or other spider style guns. The difference is the way the top part of it works, because when your hammer comes back, it blows back to the back block as well. So it'll come back, it will recock, and then a spring pushes the bolt back forward. So this is kind of a cross between an autococker and a stacked tube blowback gun or a spider. And this is a very pretty one. I did not see splash ones very often. This might actually be the only splash one I've seen in person. Normally they are solid colors and most of the time black. So for generic maintenance on these, you have your regulator here, but there's a pin in the back. We're going to pull that out, and then you slide this whole assembly back and out. Then you would wipe everything clean, put oil on this O-ring just like you would on a spider or a Tipman, something like that. Then we're going to put it back in the gun. We'll get it.
Might have to pull the trigger.
Oh yeah, good call. I forgot about this here.
Those old markers.
So I forgot about the sear on this. So you turn the gun on when you're pushing it in. You pull the trigger to make it click, so you can finish pushing everything forward.
Yeah, I helped.
You did help.
Also, I don't know if he is still, but Chad was watching, if you have anything to say to him.
Chad is not here today. We are a little short-manned tomorrow, so he's coming out tomorrow to help instead. So, there you
Thank
go.
you, Chad.
Slide that back in, put the bolt back in. There's a light over here on the side that you can see. It will come on when the marker's on. The battery is not the strongest in this gun right now, so it might not turn on, but there you go. Nice unique marker that one of our customers left, had me rebuild. And if you talk to him when you see him out here, again, his name's Chris Richter, feel free to ask him questions about him. He has a lot of unique markers that not many people have seen. I believe that is going to be it for the Ask a Tech today. We didn't get a chance to do the Havoc launcher because Chad wasn't able to come out today, and it's his. So we will get to that eventually. No promises when, but we'll get to it eventually.
I'm going to flip the cameras.
Yep, go ahead and...
Hopefully it all works.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And then if you have any questions for us, hit us up. Let us know any markers that you would like to see. Tanks, guns, barrels, anything you want us to go over, how to clean, even just talk about it. Post in the comments, let us know. And then, again, we try and do this 3 o'clock every Saturday. 3 is kind of a loose time. It goes... We run late a lot because I'm not good with computers and I slow things down.
Yeah, we would have been on time today, but something didn't want to work.
Yeah, it happens all the time. So that's why we got IT here, so he can make things work for me. So other than that, coming out again, Magickal Paintball. We're open Saturdays from 10 until 7, Sundays from 10 until 5. Coming out, shoot some pew pew. And even if you don't want to play, stop by and talk to us.
Next upcoming event.
Next
Magickal Roundup.
Next upcoming event for us is Magickal Roundup in October. Do you remember the date?
I wish I had the flyer. Oh wait, here it is. The flyer. I wish I could show you the flyer, but for some reason the program doesn't want to show it. And...
Sunday, October 21st.
Oh, it's not working here either.
Is Magickal Roundup. That's going to be our next event for the year. It's a charity game. That's the one at entry we do.
That's
toy,
the Toys
right?
for Todd entry, yeah.
Toys for Todd entry. So a new unopened toy, rough value $20 or more. Feel free to bring girls' toys too. We usually run really short on girls' toys, but coming out, that's your entry for the day.
If you don't bring a toy, you pay cash, and that still goes to them.
Yep, it is completely for Toys for Tots. So
raffle at the end of the day. There's not food normally. I don't think, is there?
I don't remember if we. I don't know.
We'll
I
figure
do
it
know
out.
they do have raffle tickets. Usually, lots of cool prizes they hand out. So feel free to come on out, have fun, hang out, buy a few raffle tickets, see how it goes, and then we will see you next weekend.